Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today, I want to take you back to a time when motorsport was truly dangerous. We're talking about a moment that defines an entire brand. A day when man and machine merged into something supernatural. And the ultimate triumph of the Maserati spirit. Germany, August 1957. The Nürburgring track, famously known as the Green Hell. 14 miles of blind crests, massive trees, and absolutely zero runoff areas. On the starting grid is 46-year-old Juan Manuel Fangio, driving a true masterpiece, the Maserati 250F. It wasn't just a machine. It was a living extension of the driver. Imagine wrestling a car with no power steering, no seatbelts, and tires as thin as bicycle wheels, hurtling at 170 miles per hour towards a blind corner. Its inline-six engine didn't just run, it screamed, leaving behind a thick, intoxicating scent of high-octane fuel and castor oil. His main rivals? The young, brash Brits from the mighty Ferrari team. Maserati's strategy was a massive gamble. Build an untouchable lead, make a quick pit stop for fresh tires, and cruise to victory. At first, it worked flawlessly. Fangio pushed his Maserati to the absolute limit, building a massive 30-second gap before diving into the pits. But then, disaster struck. A nervous mechanic dropped a wheel nut under the car. It rolled out of sight, and pure chaos ensued. Amidst the scorching heat of the exhaust and the frantic shouting of the mechanics, every lost second felt like an eternity. The pit stop took an agonizing 52 seconds. When a furious Fangio finally rejoined the race, he was trailing the Ferraris by a disastrous 50 seconds, with only 10 laps left. Making up that kind of time at the Nürburgring was mathematically and physically impossible, but Fangio and his red Maserati had other plans. What followed was the greatest drive in motorsport history. Fangio discarded all instinct for self-preservation. He stopped braking where others braked, drifting his Maserati on all four wheels on the very edge of the abyss. He was tackling corners like the infamous carousel, a steep, brutal concrete ditch with absolutely zero margin for error. He was pushing the car so hard that the gravel and stones kicked up by his tires were literally tearing the red paint off the Maserati's bodywork. The car sang. Spectators watching from the trees were absolutely mesmerized. They could hear the deafening, high-pitched wail of that straight-six engine long before they saw the car. They were witnessing a ghost, a man driving utterly possessed. He shattered the lap record 10 times in a row, clawing back unbelievable seconds. The Ferrari drivers kept glancing at their pit boards in absolute disbelief. A red blur was rapidly filling their rearview mirrors. The Predator was closing in, defying logic and physics. On the penultimate lap, the hunt was over. First, he caught Peter Collins, aggressively sliding past him on the inside. Just half a lap later, in a bold cloud of dust, he hunted down Mike Hawthorne, snatching the lead. The roar of the crowd completely drowned out the engines. Even the Ferrari mechanics on the pit wall couldn't help but applaud the sheer brilliance of what they had just witnessed. Fangio crossed the finish line first, winning by just 3 seconds and securing his record-breaking 5th World Championship. Pale and exhausted, he later told reporters, "I have never driven that quickly before in my life, and I don't think I will ever be able to do it again. To be honest, today, I scared myself." This is the absolute quintessence of Maserati beauty, bordering on madness, and the ability to achieve the impossible when all the odds are stacked against you. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button if you felt the adrenaline, and I'll see you in the next one.